What's up guys, it's the Top Dog back for another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best class setup for one of the most used or hyped up guns in Call of Duty World War II. That's the Ppsh. I feel like a lot of people like to use this gun because of its, it showed up in a lot of previous Call of Duties like Black Ops 3, World at War, and things like that. People have good connections with the gun. If you guys are new, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, turn on notifications. If this video gets 2 likes, I'll make a class setup for the bar assault rifle. I know you guys want to see that. And with that being said, let's get into the video. If you haven't gotten a chance to play Call of Duty World War II, you guys know that a lot of people like to use the PPSH. It's almost like the VMP from Black Ops 3, like everyone's using it right now. There's a lot of hype around it. And you guys may have heard me say in the last video that this game is an assault rifle dominant game, which I still believe to be true. And you guys might be wondering why people are using the PPSH if this game is AR dominant. And I feel like, the connections that people have with this gun from previous Call of Duties, it's a big part of that. And also, this gun is a very solid gun. And I do think the SMGs in this game are very underpowered. And I feel like they should and probably will be buffed later on in the future. But I feel like this gun's really solid. It has a good fire rate. The recoil's not too bad. And so, yeah, I think this gun's pretty solid. And I think that's why a lot of people are using it. As you guys know, in this game, they have divisions, which basically your class is pretty much built around your division because it has the little perks. And I feel like the best division for this class or for this gun would be the airborne, because you have the suppressor, which is really helpful. Especially when a lot of people in this game are actually like really good. There's a lot of, since the game just came out, there's a lot of tryhards, because tryhards tend to get the game early so they can, get that early access and get used to the game before everyone else. And so I feel like there's a lot of tryhards, and so if you have that stealthy play style or that option to play stealthy, it's going to help you, because a lot of people, are going to ignore that and kind of walk past you. Also with the airborne, you have perks like things that are pretty much like lightweight, where you can run faster, and it really helps because when you spawn in like the back of the map, and it takes like good 10 seconds to get to the middle of the map. And especially a lot of people, when they run in the middle of the map, they just die again. You have to run back. And so when you run faster and you run for a longer time, it definitely helps save some of that time that is being wasted running from your spawn over to the middle of the map just to die again, and then you have to do it again. So the next thing you want to have on this class setup is your basic training, which is basically like an extra perk in this game, if you guys don't know about it. For this class, I recommend using the basic training called Primed. The reason behind it is because it has basically 2 uses, and it kind of sucks that you can only choose one basic training, because then there's so much other stuff you can leave behind. And there are a lot of good basic trainings that are good for SMGs, but I feel like the best one is Primed, since it has those 2 purposes. And the first one being that you can have an extra attachment, which is really helpful, especially if you don't know what else you need for your class, or if you need something else to add. And the second thing is that you flinch less when being shot, so it's like toughness, and it helps you win some of those gunfights, especially if they don't have primed and you do. You have the advantage in the gunfights, and it'll help you win a lot of gunfights, and you won't die as much. And I found that it's really helpful, basic training, and it's really good for this class setup. Alright, so now let's get into the attachments. So first attachment you want to have is grip. It's pretty self-explanatory. SMGs in this game have a lot more recoil than other guns like ARs, where you don't exactly need grip on it. But on SMGs, it's good to have grip, especially because in this game a lot of people like to head glitch, and with the recoil on SMGs, it's kind of hard to shoot them off a head glitch. And so with the grip, it really helps it out. Second attachment you want to have is quick draw. In this game, quick draw is kind of underpowered or kind of weak, because when you stand still, you do aim in faster, but when you're coming off a sprint, the aim down sight time is not that much faster with quick draw. I think it should be fixed or kind of buffed in a way, because that's kind of a problem. And the third attachment is going to be, well, actually you guys can choose the third attachment. You can either go with steady aim, which is really helpful, because when you're sprinting, the quick draw doesn't always get you that first shot, and it's really important you get the first shot off in this game, because the time to kill is really fast in this game. and I like to run steady aim just so that if you are sprinting and you don't get to aim down sights fast enough, you can just hip fire, and it tightens your hip fire spread so your bullets won't go everywhere and you can hit more shots. If you don't want to run steady aim, I do recommend extended mag. You don't really need extended mag because this gun is 35 bullets, but if you don't want to run steady aim, it's always good to have more ammo, so you can always, you don't have to reload as much and spend too much time reloading. So you guys can use either one of those attachments, but I do recommend steady aim. But if you don't want to use that, you can use extended mag if you want. It's gonna work just as good. Now some of you guys might be wondering why I'm not using attachments like rapid fire or advanced rifling on this gun. And for rapid fire, I feel like this gun already has a lot of recoil, and the grip kind of cancels that out. And if you put rapid fire, it's gonna have more recoil. Also with rapid fire, you're gonna burn through ammo a lot faster, and when you're trying to rush with this class or trying to spawn trap or do whatever you're trying to do with this class, I feel like you don't always want to have rapid fire because you want to save that ammo. As far as advanced rifling, you have the grip, which is going to help you cancel out the recoil. Sure, you're not going to have as much range as you'd like to have, however the grip is going to help you, so you're still going to be able to hit the shots from range. It might just take a few more shots, but you're still going to be able to hit those shots and still be able to kill people. And so I feel like those two attachments aren't really necessary for this class. For the secondary on this class, it's not that important, but if you are going to use a secondary, you don't have to, but if you're going to use one, I do recommend the machine pistol. It's a very good close range. If you have extended mag, I recommend that for the attachment on it. If you don't have extended mag, just put quick draw on it. That'll help you because you need to get the first shot off in this game no matter what. For your grenade or lethal or tactical or whatever, that more depends on what kind of game mode you play. Like I play a lot of domination, and so I normally use the frag grenade just because I can throw it on B flag when enemies are capturing B. But it all depends on what game mode you guys play. If you play domination, I recommend the frag, but for other game modes, you guys can choose whatever you want for that. Now that you guys have one of the better classes in the game, and most likely the best class setup for the PPSH, now you guys just have to know how to play with it. I'm going to explain that for you guys. So with this class, you're using an SMG, and so you don't want to just camp and head glitch. If you want to do that, you want to use an assault rifle. However, with this class, you want to play more aggressive and try and rush or spawn trap. That's the best way to get lots of kills, and that's kind of how SMGs are used. However, you don't exactly have to rush all the time with an SMG. You can head glitch and kind of stay back at times, but it's not going to be as effective, especially when you try and stay back. A lot of the other people that do that on the enemy team are going to have assault rifles, and because they have more range or more damage or something like that, they're probably going to outgun you. Especially because ARs, I feel, are more dominant in this game than SMGs, and I feel like they are going to fix that. Like I said earlier, they need to fix that. They need to make the ARs and SMGs a little more balanced together. And yeah, so I do recommend, if you are going to use this class, make sure you play a little aggressive. Make sure you are using your mini map. Make sure you're using your teammates. Make sure you're using everything that's given to you, because when you're using this class, you're going to be kind of playing more aggressive and kind of rushing people a little bit more than you would with an assault rifle. So make sure that you're using everything that's given to you. Alright guys, and with all that being said, that's it for the class setup. I hope you guys enjoy this class setup. I hope it works out for you. If you're new to the game, I do recommend using the grease gun. However, if the grease gun doesn't work out for you or you don't really like it, I would say go to this gun. I'm not exactly sure what level you unlock it at. If you do want a class setup for the grease gun, I did make a video on it. You can go check that out. Same with this, you can watch this video. If you not sure how to play with this gun, make sure you really listen to the video and really try to understand it. Like I said, if you're new, I'd say try out this gun. It's very good. It's one of the beginning guns. If you're new to the channel, like I said in the beginning, make sure you subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications. If we get 2 likes, I'll make the bar class setup video for you guys, probably later this week if we can get the likes. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.